Welcome to Coach's Corner. I'm Sean Anderson, and on this edition of Coach's Corner, Pohai head basketball coach Alan Hibler will be with us. And coming up just a little bit later, Heather Harris, the Pohai swim coach, will join us on Coach's Corner and starting out talking basketball with Coach Hibler. And now that we're moving into getting close to the basketball banquet, we'll talk about that here in a moment. 6 seniors, a lot of leadership on this Pohai basketball team, and they'll be moving on. Can you talk to us a little bit about the seniors on the team?
Well, like you said, we're going to graduate 6 of them. The young men's names are Trevor Howie, Bryce McDougall, Blaine Locke, Caden Robertson, Mitchell Neeson, and Matt Parr. All of them have been a part of the basketball program throughout. We've had them all here since they were eighth graders, actually. Just great kids. They're very, very driven kids. They're going to do a wonderful job as they move on into their post-high school life. Most of them are headed to college. We've got one of them that's headed to the military. And, he's actually going to use the military to help him pay for his college and things. So just extremely proud of this group of seniors. We talked after our last game of the year that, 10 years from now, nobody's going to remember anything about, what the record was, who scored what points, but the bond that this group has. In 30 years of coaching, this is one of the closest senior groups that I've ever seen come through. They're great friends on the court, but they're great friends off the court and things. And, they've developed some lifelong relationships through athletics, and it's not just basketball. Many of them played football and play soccer and some other sports. But, extremely proud of those young men and the effort they put forth throughout their high school career. And, as basketball coaches, we just want to wish them the best of success in the future. And, because of the discipline they had, the work ethic they portrayed all through high school, sure that they're going to be very successful as they move into the next phase of their lives and become young men.
And over the years, the Pohai basketball team has benefited from having 11 years with Coach Hibler, and you've watched them come and go. So that's got to be really rewarding to you off the court to watch these kids move on and really develop into adults.
Well, what that really means is you're kind of getting old. We're 11 years. Actually, believe it or not, we're to the point where some of our early kids that came through during the time I was here, their children are now beginning to come to basketball camp in the summer.
Right.
And, they're 6, 7 years old and things, and it's like, wow. But, we've had a lot of kids come throughout these 11 years that have graduated and went on to, very successful adult lives. And, they're doing some really, really great things, whether it be in the medical field, in the business field, the banking field. But, very proud of every one of our kids that has ever came through the program and graduated and what they have become. From time to time, as they're back in town to visit parents or, they're back in town for something else, we get to see those kids, and it's really fun to catch up and see where they're at in their lives. And for many of them, it's we're meeting their wives, we're meeting their young kids of their own, and stuff. But just very proud of those kids and what they have turned into and what they have become and things. And a lot of times in high school basketball, if you're in this thing for the number of wins you can get versus the number of losses, it's going to be a long career. High school basketball is really about the relationships that you're able to build, the bonds that you're able to build, and the effect that you can have on these kids' lives as they move forward. And throughout my 11 years here, my 30-year career, I've been fortunate to win nearly 500 basketball games, but those don't mean a thing. It means a lot more to see the young man in society with his own family, living a productive life and things, and being happy with what they're doing. That's what you remember the most.
Yeah, absolutely. Well said. Well, coming up March 22nd, the basketball banquet, and this is a big deal every year, and And I know that the players look forward to it, the families look forward to it, the coaches look forward to it. March 22nd, tell us about the banquet.
Well, we've got the basketball banquet coming up on March 22nd. It'll be held out at the Phillips 66 atrium at 6:30 in the evening. It's a chance for us to honor these seniors. I mean, basically, it is for the seniors. Now we honor every member of the team from the freshman class on up, but basically, it's for the seniors. It's the last time for the fans of Ponca City and the parents to see them as a Pohai basketball player before we send them off into the world to the next phase of their lives and things. But it's a good time of fellowship. It's a time to recall the good things, the funny things that happened, and the stuff throughout their career. But it's kind of bittersweet, of course, when you graduate seniors. Because you've spent a whole lot of time with them, and realistically, it's kind of like your own kid getting ready to move away from home and going into that next phase of their life. So there's always some adjustment period. It's kind of a passing of the torch from the seniors to the younger kids that are coming back and everything, and as you prepare for the next year.
All right, thank you so much, Coach Hibler. And again, coming up, Heather Harris, the head coach of the Pohai swim team, as Coach's Corner continues right here.